someone just came to me like urgently. I felt, as I tapped into the collective, someone rushing in and just being like, let me explain, oh my God, I need help, I need help, I need help. And as I was setting up for this reading, I put the radio on, and I've never heard this song before, but it's apparently like a really big Taylor Swift song. It's called Anti-Hero. So I was hearing it for the first time, and I knew there was a message. So I just used my phone and I asked for the lyrics of the song. And what stuck out to me was I have this dream, my daughter-in-law, me, for the money. She thinks I left them all in the will. The family gathers round and reads it. Then someone screams out, she's laughing up at us from. And it also states in that song, I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. Taylor Swift, Anti-Hero. There seems to be a lot of panic over something that someone expected to be found in a will or in some sort of inheritance. Someone is freaking out because it hasn't been left to them, or it has to be given over to someone else. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome in. It's really good to see you here. My name is Bronwen. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, thank you for your likes. Thank you for coming back. Thank you. I love you guys, fam. Let's crack on. I haven't used my belt in such a long time. This is just to cleanse the space around us. If you have any type of sound sensitivity, please turn down your listening device in 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to put this to one side and just see what wants to come out. Okay, someone here needs to clean their heart space. I need to get a bell or wind chimes or something along those lines, and I've been told not to use these ones. Okay, let's see what's going on with this, the money that they thought was left in the will. The money that was left inside of the will. Someone unaliving someone for money in a will. Let me pop this over here. Let's see. Spirit, what do we need to know right now? Please and thank you. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, and gambling. Somebody did something here, but they did it at like a calculated risk, and they've gambled on this, and I think it went wrong for them. I don't think they got what they thought they were going to get. Or if they got what they thought they were going to get, they now have to give it up in some way. And I'm having to move loads of things around on my table. So this person's either having to adjust to some sort of change, or there's been, I had a recataloguing. There's been something has adjusted. Something has been changed. It's almost like an extra piece of information, evidence, or part of this will has been shown, and they're like, because they've spent the money or they've done something here. So I'm going to put down their hand of cards with that Ace of Hearts on there. We also have cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So this person is very, very stressed. They are overthinking about this. Overthinking. What is it that they're overthinking about? She's laughing up at us from HELL. Mask. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslight. So somebody here is trying their darnest not to show that they're really stressed out by the information they've been given. What is the information that they've been given? What else do we need to know about this? You've got addiction coming out. Now, addiction says codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a black restraint, but it's in reverse. So this person seems to be very upset that someone isn't addicted, that someone isn't obsessed or controlling. Can I get one more, please? Thank you. Axe. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment. It seems like this person may have put all of their eggs into one basket, is what I'm hearing, or they've gambled on something. And I do feel like with this addiction card coming out, this is talking about pushing energy towards someone to act in a specific way. But when I saw the Axe card come out, the first thing that I thought of was someone here has cut cords. They've broken a cycle, ended a cycle when it comes to addiction, when it comes to the devil energy, that devil energy card, not Satan, devil energy card, of doing things that aren't for your highest and greatest good, things that hold you back in your south node, things that, you know, a previous version of yourself may have struggled with. This coming out, this can be read as it being someone breaking, you know, it can be read as someone breaking up with someone, especially as we had the Ace of Hearts. But I feel like that's a red herring. I feel like it's there for a reason, to kind of like throw us off. Why am I getting throw us off? Throw us off of what exactly? Right. Throw us off of what? Because I feel like this person is having to cover their tracks in some way. And I heard the word spell work. So this person's been using spell work. And I keep getting my family sign, which is like when my cards make a triangle. Now we have here the Star, and we also have the Six of Pentacles. It does feel like someone is watching in public, or they're watching something in public. And with the Six of Pentacles being in reverse, they wanted to take something, or they wanted something taken off of you. It seems to be linked into whatever they thought was going to be left for them in a will. Now, it's a bit concerning, the start of it. I have this dream. My daughter-in-law unalives me for the money. Now we've got the Fool coming out. We also have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So they lied about something here to get ahead. They definitely lied about something here to get ahead. And with that Hand of Cards, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing their hand, and gambling. They definitely did something here to gain a lot of money. It was something, they may have got someone younger to do it for them. So we're now looking at red rum. We are looking at fraud. We're looking at a lot of weird things going on. And I'm getting in the family or in someone's family here. I'm going to put down the Fool first, because that's the one that I saw next to Hand of Cards. Then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So this person may also, they're definitely covering their tracks and lying to anyone that questions them as to why they're stressed out about something not working with you. Why are they upset about you not being addicted? Because I feel like it's you battling some sort of addiction here, or addictive action. It could be smoking, it could be drinking in excess, it could, I don't know, it could be binge watching a certain TV program over and over and over. Something that's just not conducive for you growing and expanding your consciousness. So they're upset. Yeah, they were definitely upset. We've got the Five of Cups coming out here. They're upset because you placed some sort of boundary by removing a cord, removing, I keep hearing spell. There was a spell that was done. And it was, I heard it was made to look like a golden thread. It was made to look like a golden tendril, something that would be safe, so you allow it into your energy. Tell me about mask, please. Tell me about the mask, please, and thank you. The mask is coming out as the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So the Ace of Pentacles is an investment. Someone is really working hard to keep themselves with poker face. The Four of Swords is about rest and rejuvenation. And it seems like this is what someone, if it's not you, it's someone in the collective here, is taking time to rest, to feel safe, to address whatever addictive personality trait things they have. Because for someone it may be OCD, or it may be a neurological or neurodivergency, and that's not something that can be cured. That's just part of your brain, right? But there are always things that can be done to help you, or to like help, I heard, help you self-soothe, or be understood better. I feel like someone may have been pushing against whatever this addiction was, and now they've, rather than pushed against it, and when I'm saying pushing against it, I'm not saying resisting it. I mean ignoring it, pretending it wasn't there, pretending there was no need for any support or any help or anything like that. But with the Four of Swords, it's almost like going through a grieving process from, when you think of the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords is learning a truth, it's information. The Two of Swords is doubt and confusion and not really trusting your intuition, not really having clarity on that idea or that topic. And then the Three of Swords is grief, loss, sadness, you know, all of those volatile emotions that are still as valid as the other ones. And then we get to the Four of Swords, which is where you're tired. You are tired. You may have battled against some sort of addiction for a while. Like, I'm using the word addiction, but I'm using it very lightly because it could be that you overspent on, I was going to say overspent on QVC, but that's actually really bad. Whatever it was, I think it was having the understanding that, hey, this is an issue, or hey, my body doesn't like this, or hey, I'm overworking out and like my body really doesn't like it, or I'm not working out enough, my body, something to do with your body. It's either your brain and how it connects to your body, or it's your physical body as well. Being at the Four of Swords is almost like the energy of acceptance. Okay, I accept that this is where I am. I accept that I am tired because I've just had to go from the Ace of Swords all the way to the Four of Swords. And it may only be 4 steps, but 4 steps is still 4 long-ass steps, right? Excuse my language. So you are rightfully resting. Someone here is resting and should be patting themselves on the back for the fact that they worked that hard for themselves. They showed up for themselves. And you do have someone here who is worried about this. Why are they so worried? Because you've got the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands has come out because you set boundaries. This person who is stressing out, they were sending something here. For someone, they were sending a craving spell to have you crave weird things. For others, it was like, it's something to do with like your health and fitness or your nutrition. It could also be to do with like your mental health. And please know that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I can't give you advice on those things. And if it's hitting the nail on the head for you, or it's resonating or triggering any emotional responses, please ensure that you reach out to somebody who can support you, because it is okay not to be okay, as long as you're not doing it by yourself. None of us are islands, right? And if you can't afford to go and see a therapist, I'm sure you have a close friend that will listen, right? Because that's better than nothing, right? But here, this Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. This is somebody who's been through the battlefield. And we were just talking about that mental gymnastics of going from the Ace of Swords all the way up to the Four of Swords. And now you have the Nine of Wands. Someone's cut something off. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment and abandonment. It could also be you looking at any fear of abandonment that you may have had, any kind of wounds, and I heard mother wounds specifically, or feminine yin wounds that you may have had. But that wounded warrior, and each deck is going to be different. And this one, he looks like he is ready to throw hands. Like, this is his yard, this is his home. You are not coming in. And if you try, he's holding one stick. He's ready. He is ready and willing to go down swinging. Okay, so in this one, this isn't just about, I was going to say, reclaiming your power. This isn't just about, I need to rest now because I'm so tired because I've been healing myself. It's also, I've been reclaiming my energy back. That is why this person is upset or worried, because if they've been using some sort of spell work here, especially when it says your ideas, short-term thinking or trips, or who or what is around you. So there's something about your ideas, the way your thought processes, the way that you heal, which is messing this person up in being able to keep something for themselves. If they've been doing spell work to have you trip up over yourself, for you to be unwell, and I feel like it's a very specific unwell, very specific, because the only connection that I can see right now between this person being really vexed that they've done all of what they did as they see it for nothing, so they unalive someone here to think that they were going to be left loads of money or loads of real estate or whatever, only to find out that they ain't getting it, or that they can't keep it, or they can't hold on to it, they have to give it back. And this addiction here is because if there was something in that, the will, if there was something in the will and testament saying that you had to be of sound body and mind, or that you couldn't smoke, or you couldn't drink on the weekends, or whatever it was, you've ticked all the boxes. They have to hand it over. They have to give it, I keep hearing they have to give it back, and they don't have it. And because they want to keep you sick. If you were sick, or I heard out of your mind, then they would always be the rightful owner. Yeah, you got High Priestess coming out in reverse. High Priestess is coming out in reverse. This person could only get their new beginning by stepping on other people. That's how they saw it. And this is currently what they're doing as well. You also have the 10 of Wands coming out in reverse. This is a continuous burden. This person is effed. Like, this person is effed. Because how do they explain where the money is, where the house is, where the whatever it is they were supposed to be? Why is it that they were holding on to it? There was something about them holding on to it. Now, you also have the 3 of Pentacles coming out with not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslight, and then the Ace of Pentacles. This person may actually try and feign some sort of interest in working with you, working alongside you. Co-parenting, I heard, for someone. Co-parenting for someone. And I've got the Devil coming straight out. You've got the Devil, and I'm putting this down on the addiction row because we've got 5 rows out next to the 4 of Swords. And then you have the Page of Cups coming out as well. So the Page of Cups in reverse. So the Page of Cups? Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse. I feel like someone here either has compassion fatigue or they just don't give an F anymore. They don't care. And it really is, and I've said this a couple of times, someone's cut-off game is chef's kiss. Just like, I don't care. If you are bringing drama, stress, worry to my life and it's consecutive, get the F away from me. Delete, block, gone, 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 gone. And specifically for this person cannot connect to you anymore, or they can't send something to you anymore. I heard play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Okay, someone is not messing about. Someone is not messing about. A journey, either physical or mental, and good news. So there may have been, when we were talking about this will, I feel like there had to be a rereading of something, or someone's been a family group. It's not just one person, it's a family group. And I feel like you or someone in the collective is connected to this family group, have been recalled in to listen to this will and testament, because there's been an added thing. There was something here, successful outcome to your problems. I'm telling you, I am telling you, excuse me, I'm telling you, this person, especially with the Devil coming out here, they may be trying to drain someone's energy. That's why you're being asked to rest as well. They may be trying to drain your energy. They weren't able to continue to push you towards eating negatively, or smoking lots, or drinking lots, or over exercising, or not exercising enough. So now they're doing something here to try and drain your energy. But the successful outcome of your problems, it really lies right now with how much rest you get. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing anything with your day. Please speak to your doctor, your general practitioner, and work in lines with whatever guidance they give you. But there's a need to relax a little. You are going to be called, someone here is going to be called in and be told, right, this has to now be given over to ABC and the collective. Because that last part of she's laughing up at us from HELL. Yeah, but you know what? I feel like whoever it is with she's laughing up at us from HELL, she, he, whoever, I don't feel like they were treated very well when they were alive, nearer to the end. Because I got this energy of like resentment coming from whoever it is that has written that will. As in, you shouldn't be getting anything. You treated me like ish. That's what I'm getting. You treated me like ish. Like, you didn't take care of me. Can you imagine like it being your nana or your granddad, and like in their last couple of years where the body starts to slow down and joints hurt and everything, and you got their grown ass kids, excuse me, whoever it is coming through, and they're frustrated, and they're ignoring them, or leaving them in their urine, or allowing them to vomit up on themselves, or they really need to get to the toilet to do a number 2, and they just leave them in their feces and go out. Little things like smacking them on the head, and like they bruise really easy, grabbing them really hard on the arms. This is what I'm getting. whoever this is, who is money hungry, this person is soulless. And I don't say that, but they're soulless, because who does that to an elderly person? Who does that to an elderly person? And then goes, oh, it was a mistake, or oh, I didn't mean to, it was a misunderstanding. No, especially as it says, I have this dream, my daughter-in-law unalives me for my money. So they manhandled, roughed up, whatever, whoever this elderly person was for money, knowing that if they took a fall, they wouldn't just break a leg, they'd break their neck as well. It's terrible. And I feel like this person, whoever it is that went through that, I'm so sorry, rest in peace. They were fully aware of how greedy this person was, or how greedy these people were. Because I feel like there is a specific person, I had a carer's role. A carer's role. Someone played a carer's role. They may have got paid to be a carer, and they were working, or they were supposed to be taking care of this person. They weren't taking care of this person. They weren't taking care of this person. It doesn't have to be the daughter-in-law. I know that it says, I have this dream, my daughter-in-law unalives me for money. It doesn't have to be daughter-in-law. It does give feminine energy, but again, we hold both masculine and feminine energy. It's up to you whether or not you assign a gender. And shut the front door. Look what... Seriously, I flipped one of them, but I didn't see it. And it says dealings or relationship with a younger woman. Younger woman coming through. This person, yeah, they are hiding the fact that they are really overburdened with some sort of lie that they stated as well, because they've been lying about what they did to this elderly person, or this vulnerable person. Doesn't have to be elderly, can be vulnerable. This is a vulnerable soul, or an elderly soul. They're lying about what they did. And not only are they lying about what they did, they're focusing on you. They don't want you to get this. They don't want you to get something here. But that second reading or something else coming up is crazy, because they weren't expecting it. They weren't expecting it. And you've got here dogs, but it's in reverse. And it says getting together with friends in reverse. So the Three of Pentacles being here for mask, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. The Ace of Pentacles with an investment. And then the Three of Pentacles, which is like a collaboration, teamwork. And then you have getting together with friends. So there is definitely going to be some sort of, it doesn't have to be communication as much as it might be like indirect communication. Because this person definitely wants to talk to you. They're not going to show you their true feelings. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to definitely try and dodge questions that would give away how they actually feel or what their actual intentions are. But rest easy, because your intuition is fire. Absolute fire at this time. And you're going to be able to tell when they're BSing. You're just going to be able to tell. You have Mountain, major challenge to overcome. So even though you have blocked this person, or you have cut this person's energetic like feeding off, there's still a challenge to overcome. Now there may be a challenge for them, but I feel like there may be something in the works for you as well. And I never say anything like that to like elicit fear or to, you know, stress people out. I'd rather just give it as it is, and then you take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Always use discernment when you're watching my videos, or any tarot, to be quite honest. Where would you like me to go? Okay, let's have a look. 1 second. Oh my goodness. Sparkles right in the eye. What do we need to know about this? With taking a chance, this fake high priestess taking a chance for a new beginning with a journey, either physical or mental. This person's traveling towards you. They're traveling towards you. Shut the front door. They're literally traveling towards you. But I mean like physically traveling towards you. Not, oh, I'm going to send an email, or I'm going to send a text, or I'm going to DM someone. No. They're looking up the yellow pages for where you live. They want to know where your yard is and that they can come in. Look, the Fool is coming out again. Oh my gosh. And the Chariot. And the Chariot. Move, man. I had let bygones be bygones. This person wants to come in and just be like, besties. No. No, thank you. Hard pass. Hard pass, thank you very much. Yeah, you've got Wheel of Fortune coming out. You've got the Five of Pentacles. This being in reverse is this person's energy is gross. Their energy is so dense. It's making me want to go to sleep. I feel so tired just being in their energy. And I feel that you're going to know who this is because of that. Because this person likes to wrap themselves up in like this fake golden light. And that might be why before they were able to kind of, almost like when you think of a virus and how a virus sometimes tries to mimic the immune system or mimic the body so the immune system doesn't know that it's there for a while. That's what this person's been doing. They are a parasite. They've got very parasitical energy. This person, now that they've been cut off from you completely, they're going to try and come in wearing a false light, but you are going to know who they are because they're going to make you feel so flipping tired. You are going to feel like the deep sea divers used to see back in like the 30s and 40s, where they used to wear those massive tanks and they would only be able to move like this, and they'd have a massive wire or massive cable where the air would go in. They're going to make you feel like you're walking through concrete, just being around them. This person's energy is gross. Tell me about the Ten of Wands to the younger woman. What kind of stresses are they in right now? Queen of Cups. This blood-clad Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups keeps coming through. So this Queen of Cups, this is somebody who could be a mother figure. They could be an auntie. I feel like this is somebody that you are related to. This may be someone you're related to. The Queen of Cups coming out can be grandma. It can be, look, it can be grandpa as well. But I'm just going by what I see on the card. Please take it as it resonates. And it does say here a younger woman. So this could be a cousin. It could be your aunties. It could be your grandma. I am getting for a very small amount of you. It could be a family friend. But that's not many. That's not for many. And if this is not blood related, this is someone that you classed as family and you brought into the family. And we're just like, yes, we are blood now. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Temperance underneath. Yeah, this person does not know how to balance themselves. They don't know how to balance themselves. You've got the Five of Wands coming out here to the Temperance. So this person's got an issue with you. They've got like a big issue with you. And a lot of it is to do with your healing and how you're healing joy, love, abundance, hope, faith, all the good stuff. How that protects you because you lean into it and you lean into it in such an enjoyable way. Because there's a difference between kind of like learning to be open to those things and embodying them, those things. There's a complete difference there. One is almost like, I'm not too sure if I trust it. I'm not too sure if I'm at that vibration yet. And the other is, I am that vibration. And because I'm that vibration, I'm now going to manifest all of that to me for the highest and greatest good of myself and the highest and greatest good of the collective consciousness. This person doesn't like that because it means that if you're leveling the playing field with love, with light, with joy, with hope. And I heard it makes me sick. It makes me sick. This person cannot stand you. They cannot stand how, you know, lovely and light and wunderbar that you are. They cannot. Oh my gosh, you get under their skin. I'm going to put this one down. So they're trying to kind of like hide the fact that they are so angry. And I think it's also to do with the fact that they class themselves as a dark high priestess. They class themselves as like notorious for what they do. And people talk about this like, oh my gosh, this person's so good at what they do. How can they be so good at what they're doing if they have to physically make their way into your presence because you've got them out of your energy? You literally got them out of your energy, and you did so by healing yourself. You haven't even given this person the attention that they want because they are an attention seeker, without a doubt. Without a doubt. They're so confused. They're so confused as to why they're the ones that's out of balance. Why are they not in balance? Why aren't you? Why aren't you sick? Why aren't you exhausted beyond belief? Why aren't you over exercising to the point that you pull a tendon or you rip a tendon or something? King of Cups is coming out. Okay, so we have a couple here. They seem to be separated by arguments, by physicality, getting together with friends being upside down. Like, I feel like this King of Cups has walked away from this Queen of Cups simply because they do not like the company that they keep, and they do not like their attitude. Their attitude has changed because the King of Cups is a provider and a protector. Somebody who actually is really nice to be around. They're very soothing, but they also have slightly sharp edges, because masculine energy has slightly sharper edges. I'm putting this down next to successful outcome to your problem. This person's coming in with some sort of solution, you know. This person may be coming in to fight your corner. Now, we have the devil here. So the devil here is talking about addictions. We were talking about this at the start. Addictions, things that hold us back, maybe even like mentality or behavior from a past identity of ourselves. Now, you have a King of Cups coming in that may be holding a key to how you successfully remove completely something that you may have been addicted to, or something that was holding you back. Nine of Cups is coming out here. Challenge, and it does say that there is a major challenge to overcome, but with the Nine of Cups coming out, this looks like it is something that will end in celebration. But I'm getting that, like, I don't know, this queen has something up her sleeves, because you have the Seven of Swords here, you have the Seven of Wands here as well. This person has something up their sleeves. So it does look like you have a Queen and a King of Cups that are both traveling in opposite directions towards you. One is coming in with a false mask on. The thing is though, and you can never be too sure, right? Let me see if I can even pick it up. The mask card has two masks on it. It has two masks. So does that mean that you have a Queen of Cups that is two-faced and wears more than one mask? Or does that mean that the King of Cups that's coming in that wants to help you out was in some way involved in doing whatever they were doing to you, like energy harvesting, and has now changed their minds? Because both the Queen and the King are both in the upright. Just because they're in the upright doesn't mean that they're nice. Doesn't mean that they're horrible either, but you can't really... I used to be very rigid with how I read my cards, and if it was upright, they're good and blah blah, and it's the light aspect, and if they're in the reverse and it's the shadow aspect. But I'm realizing that anyone can come to your face and act all sweet and nice. Doesn't mean that that's actually who they are. It just means they're masking. They're masking to you. And when you think about it, when you think of like the way that you act when you're at work, to the way that you act when you're with your parents, to the way that you act when you're with your friends, and so on and so forth, we all place certain identities, certain masks on, because that's just what you do. I mean, I remember being in uni 20 years ago, and when I used to go home to see family, and it would be in a different city, and they would be like, oh my gosh, you sound so posh, so posh, because I went to a university in Cambridge, not the Cambridge, but in Cambridge. And then when I'd been in London for a while and I'd gone back to see my uni mates, they'd be like, oh my gosh, you've got a really thick London accent. And I wouldn't realise that I was switching the way that I was speaking depending on who it was that I was talking to. So it's not me judging you and going, oh my gosh, you're two-faced, you've got this face and that face and that face. No. It's just to let you know that these, not to take people at face value. It doesn't mean that you should be walking around in fear and paranoid and going, oh my gosh, can I trust this person? Oh, I don't want to have another friend because they may be. No. Use your intuition. Someone here needs to watch the last reading that I did, which is I'm wearing the same clothes and it says you've been initiated. Because I feel like someone here is going through a major upgrade. And I mean major upgrade. And with that is coming insight. It's almost like the clear cognizance of just knowing, the psychic knowing of when someone is lying to your face or someone is telling the truth. When somebody's smile does not meet their eyes, even if they're trying to get their eyes to smile. And I feel like not everyone can read that. Not everyone, I'm not trying to like big up your ego and stuff, but not everyone can actually read when someone is lying to them. Not everyone has got as good skills in like reading micro expressions as well, but it's also vibrations. There's something about reading this person's vibration. So tell me about this Queen of Cups first. Tell me about this new beginning and the Queen of Cups, the World, This person has got really bad luck. They're getting real bad karma now. They're getting really bad karma for what they did to you. They're getting really bad karma. This person's fortune is gone. This person's luck is gone. This person, they may have wanted to swap destinies. They may have wanted to change their fate in some way. I feel like this person carries a lot of karmic debt. A lot of karmic debt. But come on, how can they expect to be carrying anything but that if they are roughhousing a vulnerable soul or an elderly soul, you know, unaliving or helping to unalive someone all for the money? Did you think that your slate was going to be clean and that you're going to have nothing on your back? No wonder you've got the 10 of Wands in reverse. You're going to have the weight of another life on your back. That's beyond my understanding. It's actually beyond my understanding. This person is almost like they wanted to swap something here. Or they want to. This is what they want to do. They want to swap something here. Because I'm getting like, I heard a fix. This person needs a fix. And I don't mean like they need to be fixed, like they're broken. This person is going a bit weird or doolally because they're not connected to your energy anymore. And your energy is like an energy charging battery. Your energy is not, it's not golden. It's golden, but it's not. It's a different type. Because I'm looking and it looks so bright compared to the light that they're trying to pretend to be. And they were connecting to yours. They were taking your luck. They were taking your money. Come on, we got King of Pentacles here. There may be another reading. And I don't mean tarot reading. I feel like there's going to be another reading of this will. Because there's more paper here. There's something here that was a backup. There was something here that was a backup. You have the 7 of Cups coming out. This is illusions. So this Queen of Cups is an absolute illusion. This person being nurturing and fair and nice and sweet and really tapped in with their emotions and a really good mum or a really good dad or a really good whatever when it comes to like emotional intelligence. Nah, that's all an act. It's all a flipping act. You got 3 of Cups in reverse. I don't know if they have issues with drinking. Page of Wands in reverse as well. There's caution here. There's something about be cautious about going out for drinks with this person. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Tell me about the 5 of Wands, please, to getting together with friends in reverse. Thank you. 3 of Wands in the Fool. So they're fighting about how to go forward in a new beginning with something here. And this is to do with money. It may also, I had an escape route. It's their way out. You being sick is not just, I feel like they had a plan A and a plan B. And the plan A was to keep you sick or keep you muted in some way. So if you were continuing to smoke and drink, or if you were continuing to overeat or undereat or something along those lines, it wouldn't have lined up with the wishes of whoever it is that passed away, that left money to you or left an estate to you. So that was like plan A. Keep this person sick. It will mute them. You get to keep the money or whatever. Plan B seems to be something else. Plan B may be to get what though? To have you as a scapegoat for what? I had the unaliving. The unaliving. So we have the 3 of Wands coming out. So this is adventure, expansion. There's a lot of fighting going on here about a collaboration that may not happen now. They're upset because I feel like there's a group of people here that were all working together for the same thing, even though they didn't like each other. There's no love lost between whoever they are, because this is a group of like 5 or 6 people, maybe even more, with one specific person who I feel like you would know them the most out of all of the others. I feel like the others, not all of them you're related to. Someone just nodded. So for some of you, you're related to all of them, but you know, you can have like real distant cousins who are like 5 times removed. It's something like that. This is like having a first cousin and then a bunch of 2nd, 3rd and 4th and 5th cousins all together doing something, or like an auntie and then their kids and then their kids' friends or their kids' I don't know, something along those lines. So there's an argument here about how to move forward. How do they work together and move forward without wanting to unalive each other. Because this 4 coming out, I feel like this masculine moving away from them has really put a spanner in the works. It's really, really messed things up. Because this King of Cups, he may be coming in to tell you the truth. If he knows about this, he may be coming in to tell you the truth, because you do have a successful outcome to one of your problems. And if this person is trying to be if this Queen of Cups is trying to be a problem towards you, the King of Cups coming in is going to try and solve them for you. But I'm not sure, I heard shady, I'm not sure how much you can trust this King of Cups. 8 of Cups is coming out. So we have the 9 of Cups and we're going down 1, which ain't great. If it was the other way around, it'd be wonderful. I don't know why I want to keep saying wunderbar. It would be wunderbar. Because the last row with the axe being here, the 9 of Wands, the Page of Cups, the mountain, a major challenge to overcome, and then the 9 of Cups. It's almost like don't celebrate too quickly, or don't take your eye off the prize, because something could become very overwhelming. Because you cut someone off doesn't mean you have to let the other person in. Doesn't mean that you should create a massive wall and never let anyone in ever again. But I think it's just choosing wisely who it is that you would like to have in your energy and who you don't. And I don't know how much I trust this King of Cups. How much does this King of Cups know about the Queen of Cups and what they were doing? Wait. 3 of Wands in reverse. Queen of Pentacles. They were worried about finances. You got the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, this King of Cups knew. This King of Cups knew what was happening and said nothing. They said nothing. This person may have been struggling with addictions. They may be the one who was very, very tired because they were battling their own demons. And they wanted a new beginning because they had enough of the BS that was happening with either their partner, someone they were related to, whoever this younger woman is. You do have the 3 of Wands coming out in reverse. So we have caution here. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this person was very cautious about how they nurtured themselves, or how they, something to do with their money. They were very cautious about how they spent their money. You have the 7 of Pentacles coming out in reverse. So this is something that wasn't thought through. So this is something they may say to you that they didn't really think it through at the time. They didn't realize what they were doing, or that it would actually work. And I'm talking about spell work here. They didn't think the spell work would work. But all of this stuff, you can throw the spell work out the window and be like, whatever, okay? Because I know some people are like, that's woo-woo, blah, 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 whatever. Throw that out the window. They were fully aware that something went down here with a will. And that, I keep getting this, that someone was supposed to be a guardian. They were supposed to like be a placeholder for whatever was in this will for you or someone in the collective until you got to a certain age, until you had hit all of those criterias of, you know, being of good health, sound mind, and blah, 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 blah. And they did nothing about it. The Tower's in reverse. They didn't do anything about it. They didn't want to get themselves involved in it because it was too stressful for them. It was too stressful for them, and they didn't want confrontation. That's more or less what it is. So they allowed this suffering to happen. They allowed whatever was yours not to come to you. And it's only now that it's making them uncomfortable being in an environment with this Queen of Cups and whoever their lackeys are and all this arguing and stuff, that they're now running again. They're not running or like leaving because it's like, oh, I should do the right thing. No, they're doing so because it's too stressful where they are. Oh, I don't want conflict. I don't want conflict. No response is a response, you know. And it says here for the Tower being in reverse, that's like continued oppression, continuing to keep things the same as they were before, even though change is inevitable. Even though change is inevitable. You've got the 2 of Pentacles coming out here. So yeah, this person, this King of Cups, ummed and ahed for how long? Knowing full well what was happening underneath his nose. And now he's like, yeah, I'll go for that new beginning. I want to get out of Dodge. I kind of want to get out of Dodge now. Anything else before I go, please and thank you. And we got the 2 of Chalices coming out. So just be aware, this person may be coming in with romantic intentions, but the 2 of Chalices came out in reverse because I feel that this person, I heard guard up, have your guard up. This person, this masculine, will try and come in and charm you with this King of Cups, give you the information that admits that they were part of this, that they were fully aware of what their ex-partner was doing, their cousin, their mum, their whoever the Queen of Cups is. they're going to admit that. They're not going to tell you, but if you agree to that and you allow them into your life, you're going to get to see them for who they actually are, and they're a scammer. They're also a scammer. King of Chalices is in reverse. That's exactly who they are. This is what I mean by do not, it says do not judge a book by its cover, right? And this is why. Because you have a king and queen of cups that are coming out like they are all coming up smelling of roses, when really they smell like utter shite. Okay, excuse my language. And we have here the King of Chalices. I'm going to leave it on that one there. I hope that gave you some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you are new to my channel and this resonated for you and you'd like to see more on when I post, I would love you to hit on the like, the subscribe, and on the notification bell so you can see more of my content and when it actually comes up. If you are a returning subscriber, so family, I love you guys. Hearts, kisses. Now my readings are open. They're going to be open for maybe another 3 to 7 days. So if you would like to get a reading before they're all gone, just have a look down below in the description box. You will find my email very, very easily, and just look straight underneath there. There is a paragraph with all the different why have I lost my words? With all the different personal readings, like services and all the rest of it. That's all there with all the costs, what it is that I offer. Make yourself really, really familiar with that, and then get in contact with me and we can work out something that works for both of us, right? I love you guys. Mwah. I'll see you later. Bye.